Have you ever wondered if any other taste can hold a candle to the mouth-watering Whopper from Burger King, cooked to perfection over an open flame? With its unique flavor, this fast food giant has earned a reputation for excellence over the years. But did you know that Burger King's road to success was far from smooth sailing? In fact, it's a tragic tale of success, struggle, and hardship, which we will explore in this video. Unlike its competitor, who had a friendly clown as a mascot, Burger King faced significant challenges from the very beginning. Tune in to discover the fascinating origins of this iconic company and how it ultimately overcame its obstacles to become the powerhouse it is today. The journey of Burger King, the beloved fast food chain, began in Sunnyvale, Jacksonville, Florida. It was here that the iconic Whopper, milkshakes, and fries were first introduced and earned their reputation for mouth-watering deliciousness. Interestingly, the founders of Burger King, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns, were inspired by their visit to the first McDonald's in San Bernardino, where they were amazed by the lightning-fast service. Determined to create their own version of this concept, they launched their own restaurant named Insta Burger King, selling burgers and shakes for just 18 cents. Their secret weapon was a unique grilling machine called the Insta Broiler, which had acquired the rights to use. Their idea was a hit, and soon they were opening more Insta Burger King locations all over Florida. Among the lucky owners of one of these locations in Miami were college buddies James W. McLemore and David Edgerton, who eventually took over the company in 1954, and the rest, as they say, is history. James W. McLemore and David Edgerton, who were both students at the time, saw the potential of the burger franchise and opened the first outlet in Miami when the city was still expanding. In spite of the fact that the Insta Broiler stove they used frequently broke down and was difficult to operate, their exasperation motivated them to develop a new cooking system that they called the Flame Broiler. This innovation resulted in the flame-grilled burger that is synonymous with Burger King, as well as its distinctive flavor. After the Insta Broiler business started having financial difficulties and losing money, McLemore and Edgerton decided to buy the company and rebrand it as Burger King, dropping the Insta from the name of the franchise. After that, they expanded their operations, and in 1959, they launched the very first franchise. Burger King began expanding beyond the borders of the United States in 1963 when it opened its very first restaurant in Puerto Rico. Prior to this, the chain had been steadily gaining notoriety and popularity across the United States. The Whopper helped make Burger King a household name all over the world, and the company's success has only increased since then. The corporation was purchased by the Pillsbury Company for a total of $18 million in the year 1967. At that point, the chain had 274 locations across the United States, and the number of franchises it offered was multiplying at a rapid rate. With Pillsbury's assistance, Burger King was able to expand at an even faster rate, and it eventually competed with McDonald's to become the most successful burger chain in the United States. In the 1980s, a former executive at Pillsbury named Norman Brinker took over the operations of Burger King and is credited with being the driving force behind the chain's enormous success at the time. The Burger Wars were started by Brinker. They were a marketing strategy that pitted Burger King against McDonald's in a competition to see which restaurant could serve the best burgers in the United States. The conflict started when Burger King ran an advertisement in which they mocked McDonald's for serving smaller burgers and praised the flame-broiled burgers offered by Burger King as being the superior option. Despite the fact that McDonald's filed a lawsuit against Burger King for false advertising, the case was ultimately thrown out and the advertisement was successful in its mission to increase Burger King's sales. Burger King continued to expand its marketing efforts by forming partnerships with other businesses such as Disney and featuring Disney characters on collectible cups and other merchandise in an effort to appeal to a wider audience. One of their most successful campaigns was a partnership with the Star Wars franchise. Some people even claim that the promotion of the cups gave away important plot details from the film. The straightforward menu at Burger King, which was designed with the company's customers' tastes in mind, was a major factor in the chain's meteoric rise to prominence. There was a 15% increase in sales as a direct result of the introduction of new signature burgers, which helped bring back previous customers. After that, the company recruited Donald Smith, a former executive at McDonald's, who was responsible for adding breakfast items to the menu in 1978. Because of this, a successful breakfast menu consisting of a variety of items, such as waffles and sandwiches, was developed as a result. Burger King was able to keep their prices low, despite frequently adding new items to their menu by employing a business strategy that was centered on maximizing profits while minimizing complexity. They were able to scale their operations in a sustainable manner and offer customers a wide variety of options because the only products they added were ones that could be made with the ingredients they already had on hand. In 1980, Smith left his position at the company, which led to a decline in popularity for Burger King, which, in turn, led to financial losses for the company. As a direct result of this, the corporation was forced to curtail the development of brand new locations, which made the predicament even worse. The company went through a number of management transitions, which led to policies and strategies that were inconsistent with one another, which further contributed to the company's falling sales. Burger King took aggressive steps to expand its menu in order to solve the problem. On the other hand, in contrast to Smith's tenure at the helm, the company had difficulty effectively managing this expansion. For instance, Burger King was unable to meet the demand of the customers. The introduction of its chicken tenders resulted in a financial loss for the company. In addition, the company was forced to abandon a number of advertising campaigns because they were not successful, which resulted in financial losses in the millions of dollars. In 1982, Burger King faced competition in the fast food market, not only from McDonald's, but also from newcomers like Wendy's. This meant that Burger King had to work harder to maintain its market share. To combat this, Burger King embarked on an offensive strategy by producing advertisements that directly attacked McDonald's and Wendy's, accusing them of selling unhealthy burgers. This was done in an effort to undermine Burger King's competition. However, as a direct consequence of this, both companies have initiated legal action against Burger King. The predicament continued to deteriorate until Pillsbury, the parent company of Burger King, was forced to sell the company to the British conglomerate Grand Metropolitan. The transaction took place in 2010. This turned out to be a turning point for Burger King, as the new owners altered the distribution strategies of the company, switched from Pepsi to Coca-Cola, and formed a new partnership with Walt Disney to promote new Disney films at Burger King locations. All of these changes took place shortly after this event. This immediately led to an increase in sales, not only in the United States, but also everywhere else in the world. In 1989, Barry King became the CEO of Burger King and immediately set his sights on expanding the chain internationally. He began opening restaurants in nations such as Saudi Arabia, Oman, Peru, and New Zealand, where the brand had the potential to experience expansion. Burger King was able to address its primary problems with food and service, as well as implement new management and a different strategy, with the assistance of McLemore, who had been a co-founder of the company for a very long time. This resulted in the resurgence of the fast food giant, which paved the way for the establishment of a new franchise in countries all over the world. When Burger King finally went public in 2006, it celebrated the occasion by launching its Whopper bar concept, which resulted in the company generating a staggering $425 million in equity. Because of the company's consistent efforts to update both its menus and advertising campaigns, 3G Capital became interested in it, which ultimately led to a merger with Tim Hortons in 2014. Because of this strategic move, both brands were able to profit from the customer bases of the other, which eventually led Burger King regaining the second spot in the burger industry by 2018 with staggering sales of $9.6 billion. And there you have it, the tragic and inspiring story of Burger King's journey to success. From humble beginnings in Jacksonville, Florida, to becoming a global powerhouse, Burger King has faced many challenges and overcome them all. Its unique flavor and flame-grilled burgers have made it a household name and a worthy competitor of its rival, McDonald's. We hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating origins of the iconic company and how it ultimately rose to the top. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.